Good afternoon and hello everybody. It's Elizabeth here, and this afternoon I am going to be sewing a bag. Yes, when I am not busy making earrings, cooking, or whatever, I sew. I really love sewing. I am always um, excited about a finished project. So I'm going to share some of the things I've been busy making and why. The last few weeks I've been sewing lots of bags from sample fabric, from all leftover scraps, or just from fabric that I have received from other people. Excuse me, my voice is a little bit funny today. Anyway, so these are some of the bags I have been busy sewing. This is quite a very big one, and these are all sample fabrics that I got from a friend who works in a fabric shop, and she gave them to me, all these bits, and I just thought, I just thought about what to do, and I came up with these lovely bags. It just so happens that she also gave me a lot of this beautiful blue fabric on the inside, which I have used to line a lot of the bags that I have made with all of these bits. The reason I actually have been making these bags is that in a couple of weeks I am going to a sustainable market. I sell at markets, and I'm going to a sustainable market. So I've been using all of these scraps that have been given by friends or that I have collected, and yeah, I'm making bags out of them. I also use old jeans from my family to make aprons and bags. But yeah, so I thought I would just share very quickly all of these bags with you before I actually start sewing the bag that I am going to make today from all fabric as well. So that is this one, and then I have this patchwork quilted bag. These are all bits of different African wax that I have used for different things. This I made a pair of trousers from. This I made bags and other things from. This I don't even remember what I made from this. And this one I still have a lot of, but I used it to make table napkins with. And then I had this fake leather that was sitting around in my cupboard for quite a while, so I thought I should just put everything together, all these bits that are left over from something, and I came up with this really cool patchwork, and then I quilted it, and on the inside it's also just that blue fabric. My bags all have pockets, and the inside a zip pocket, a big one, and two small ones, and I just love zips and I love pockets in bags, and this is also quite a nice big one. And then I have these two, which I think they're really cute. These ones were really tiny pieces of kind of like a velvety material. I think they were samples for sofas. I don't know what it is, but they were some samples. I don't know samples for what. But these I also got from my fabric friend, and so I thought I'll stitch them together. First I was going to make cushion covers, but it was not enough to make more than one cushion cover, and I thought, well, I will see what to do. So I just made bags from it. I started out having enough to make this bag, which is all bits of this velvety fabric. There we go. Lined it with some tie-dye fabric that I made last summer. With these two only have two open pockets on the inside. So when I finished making this bag, I didn't have enough to make another one completely, so I had just about enough to make this one, and I had this shiny red fake leather sitting around in my cupboard, and I used it to make this bag as well. And on the inside I lined it with this cotton kilt fabric. Really nice. It's, yeah, very pretty. So this is also coming to my sustainable market. If you're watching this and you're interested in any of these bags, I'm going to put them up on my shop. I have a shop at Jimdo. It's called Elispieces as well. I have not put very much on it yet, but if you're interested and you're watching this and you think, oh, I would love one of those, I will eventually put all of these on my Jimdo shop, online shop, and yeah, you can get in touch and we will see what we can do about that. So yeah, so that is that. And these ones I also got from some guy who sells household stuff, beds, sofas and everything, and every so often he has a whole collection of sample fabrics. These are all sofa fabrics, and so I use them to make these bags. I put some foil leather on the bottom, lined it very beautifully with this nice balloon fabric, cotton kilt fabric with a zipper and pockets. I have two of these, really nice. I quite like them very much, and yeah, these I think I'll be making more of when I get some more from the sofa guy. It's so nice to know people who can give you all of this stuff. Really, the thing is, if I don't take them, it's going to be thrown away. I don't know what. So I'm quite happy to use them, and I'm amazed what comes off them. I'm really lovely. I call it a summer bag. This fabric I still have enough to maybe make 2 bags, but I got this from a friend who was emptying her mother's house, and she found this, probably was sitting around there for a while. I think her mother used to sew quite a lot, and so she gave it to me, and I thought it would make a really nice, lovely summer shopping tote. And I happen to have this green faux leather in my cupboard, and it went so well together. I still have some left. I don't have any more of this leather left, so I have to find something that goes with it. I think I have something yellow somewhere. Anyway, I will figure it out as I go. But I also kilted this one, and it turned out really nice. And on the inside, of course, I still use that blue fabric from my friend. And then I made a little purse to go with this bag, and I lined it with some yellow cotton kilt fabric. It's so cute. I am so pleased with these ones. I kilted the purse as well. It's really nice. So yeah, this is what I am going to be bringing. At least some of the things I am working on bringing to this sustainable market I am going to on the 14th of April. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. But I'm happy to be able to let anybody who is interested in these bags get in touch. And yeah, I also have some more of these bags as well. I have 2 of these also from samples or leftovers that my friend who is working in the fabric shop gave me, and I just mixed it together with whatever I have and come up with these beautiful bags. So very pleased. Now the reason why I have so much of this faux leather is that I do buy them. There is a shop not far away from me, and the lady there, she has quite a cool way of selling these things. I don't need to buy a whole meter or a whole whatever that I probably won't use or don't know what to do with. You can go and get she sells them in rolls, and you can get enough to make a bag or 2 or whatever. This is the biggest roll I have bought from there. It's 13 francs. I don't know what the convertible is into pounds or whatever, not off the top of my head. It's 50 by 40, 140, and this will give me a few bags. It's the biggest roll I ever bought, but because it's a black one or a dark Yeah, it's a black one. You can always use lots of black. But yeah, because I buy my leather like that, I just have lots of different nice ones that every so often I find, oh, it fits with something. And I can use really what I have and not have too much wastage lying around. So yeah, I am really, really pleased with all of these bags. So yeah, so that is why I am sewing another bag today. And that happens to be this velvet material. I got this also from the same lady who works in this fabric shop. Oh, it's one of the nicest, most beautiful fabric shops. It's expensive, but it's really, really nice. But they have a corner in the shop where they have, you know, the leftover things that they bundle up and sell. And sometimes I go there, and that is, you can find nice, affordable, really beautiful fabric. Or my friend just gives me these bits when they are not knowing what to do with it, or they are too old, or they having new stock, whatever. And so I just make stuff out of it. So I have that, and then I have this black leather that I am going to use to create just a nice small tote. So I've cut it already. I will just tell you the measurement. Now this is how I sew. I really don't have necessarily a pattern when I am sewing. I just decide how big I want my bag, or how much material actually I do have for a bag, and I go from there. Here we go. So it's going to be, when it's finished sewn and the seams all taken into account, it will be about 34 centimeters, and it should be probably about 34 centimeters wide and 40 centimeters deep. So that is 15.5 inches deep and about 14 centimeters. Yeah, no, about 13 centimeters wide. So that's the plan for today. I will show you at intervals what is happening, because if I am going to make me, so yeah, that's the plan for today. And yeah, I will see you. So I'm just going to put my machine back on the top of my desk here and start sewing. I have now sewn my pieces all together, my velvet bit, my leather bit, and then yeah. So what I'm going to do now is stop stitch these pieces, and then I will sew them together, and then I will go and look for my lining. It's a very easy and quick bag to make. You can decide your own measurements for yourself, what you want, and yeah, and see what you have. Now I have here, when I sew leather, I normally use special foot there, because it helps it just to go nice and smooth. This is the number 52 of the banana. I have a very old banana, well, not, I got this one for a birthday many years ago. It has been going for me quite well, and I have been quite happy with it. Stitch my leather bit now. There we go. Alright, so I have stop stitch my bag here. I use red because this is red. I use red thread, so I think it will go really well. So I'm now going to sew them all together. Now, like I said, I am not using any measurements for this bag. It's not every time when I sew a bag that I don't use a measurement. I actually have quite a number of beautiful books on bag making, but there are some kind of bags that I just think, I can do that without a measurement. Like I said, sometimes we overthink certain things. Maybe you're out there, you have a sewing machine sitting around your house for quite a while. Maybe you're even sewing and you would like to make a bag, but you have been too scared because you don't have a bag pattern, you can't follow a pattern or whatnot. So this may be for you. You don't need a pattern for every bag. Most tote bags you can just decide what size you want them. They're really just square pieces of fabric that you sew together. You can make corners to box them, or you can just let them be as they are. So that is just to encourage you that you can sew with patterns, but you can also sew bags. Certain bags you can sew without a pattern, and most tote bags you can do without a pattern. For all the bags that I have on this, that I have shown you on this video that I made, I really didn't have a pattern for any of them. I just followed the amount of fabric that I had and came up with a beautiful bag. If I was going to sew a bag that I thought, I don't know, it's a special one, I will look for a pattern. Like I said, I have quite a number of nice, really, bag books that come with patterns as well. So yeah, that's just one of those things. What I normally do though, I try to make sure that my sides are nicely together. So I take a clip and I find a clip, put it all together so that when it turns, it's nice when everything aligns with each other and it's not up and down and everything. You do want a nice bag even if you're not using a pattern. So find a clip and just clip it nicely here so that you are able to align your bag nicely. And when you come to the bump where your leather and your fabric meets together, it's quite a thick bump. I normally do reverse sewing there a couple of times just to make it strong. Okay, so now I have just sewn my bag, all the corners, left the opening, and before I turn it and cut the corners to box it, I am going to find my lining fabric. I have a few different choices, but I am going to use this really nice quilt cotton fabric that I bought 2 weeks ago. I have a lot of it, so I think this is really nice one to use now for this at all. So when I am making my pockets, I really line them also, and so just to make sure that whoever is buying my bag is not going to have that problem, because it drives me crazy myself. So alright, so I have cut out my lining, and I've cut out my pocket, my inside pocket also. This bag is only going to have an inside pocket, in the, in the we'll have two in the middle, but it's a large one, and then I'll divide it into two. So I have, this would be the front of the pocket because it will match the lining, and then I am going to take this to put it on the back. I like to have a nice firm pocket and not something that is a little bit flimsy and yeah, difficult to manage. I get very frustrated when I do buy bags sometimes, even if I make them, but I get really frustrated when I buy a nice bag and pay good money for it, and then before you know it, you have a hole in the pocket inside, and yeah, then you have to figure out how to fix it and stuff like that. I don't like that at all. So when I am making my pockets, I really line them also, and so just to make sure that whoever is buying my bag is not going to have that problem, because it drives me crazy myself. So I'm cutting my corners so that I can turn the pocket nicely. So now I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to take it downstairs. My ironing board is a little bit off there, and I'm going to iron it nice so that it's nice and flat and tidy. I iron a lot when I am sewing because I think it's half the job done also when you iron as you go. So yeah, just think about that. You can take a sharp object to turn your, to take your corners out nicely. I have this sharp metal thingy. You can take a toothpick or the chopsticks for a chopstick, better than a toothpick. Yeah, just try not to poke your material onto the other end. No? You want to have a nice corners, but not spoil your sewing. Okay, so that is the inside. That would be the outside. I will go and iron it nice and flat. All right, so I have gone and ironed my pocket. I'm going to now stitch here. This would be the top, and I've also gone and ironed my lining already. And yeah, we'll sew those now together. I'm having to move my machine in and out of the way, so I'm really sorry if you don't see everything what I am doing. I don't have a really big table, but so before I put the pockets together, I'm just going to sew my label on it. I put them on the inside of all my bags. It's Elispieces with the bird. Now, the reason I have this bird on my label, actually the bird is a weaver bird. I think that's what they call. They're these yellow birds, yellow and black, but mostly yellow. And they come in whole groups and sit on trees. Eh? The bigger the tree, the better. And they are very, very busy. They're very, very loud. And they make a lot of noise when they come in swarms. And in the Gambia, where I come from, we call them cacho cacho. Cacho cacho is also the name that we use for somebody who likes to talk a lot. I didn't choose this bird because I am talkative, actually on the contrary. But I chose this bird because they're always together. It's very seldom that you see a weaver bird on its own. And they're kind of like community birds. And I like the idea of community. I grew up in a community. I am African. And I love being with people. I love working with people. I love sharing stuff with people. So that's really why I have the weaver bird on as my label. Just the idea or the reminder that we are a community, and that we actually, most of us in this world at least, we work and function better when we are together with other people. And so yeah, you would never see a weaver bird building a nest by itself, at least not where I've come from, or I don't even have the memory of it. And I've lived in many places where weaverbirds were very seasonal. They came every season, and so I like the idea. At least for myself, I know that I work well with people. I like being part of a team. I like achieving with a group of people. We all come with our gifts and talents. We all come with our different skills, and we teach each other, we share with each other, and we should learn to grow together and just help each other. I think we would live we would be in a much better state if we were able to do that. So yeah, I look at my label every time I am working, and I remind myself that humans are essentially creatures of community, and we should not forget that. So there you go, I've sewn my label on nicely, and now I'm going to attach my pocket to the inside of my lining, my bag, and then let me just move the machine again. I have to say I am very thankful for the workspace what I have. I have for a long time wanted to have a nice workspace somewhere where I can just work, leave my stuff, and come back the next day and continue. But for a long time we didn't have the living space enough to be able to do that, so I would sew on our dining room table, and then I would tidy up before people came to eat, or just like on a weekend when the family would be home. It's not very nice that people are just stumbling all over your work and not feeling comfortable in their own home. But yeah, so I am really pleased to have my little corner here in this new place where we're living, and I have everything here: my sewing, my card making, my beading. It's all packed in here, and I wish I was a bit tidy. I try to be, that I am able to just retire from one project and then put it away for the next one, but I'm not very good at doing that. I am learning, so I tend to kind of have a mess lying around, but I tell myself it's my mess, you know, and I'm not bothering anybody, and I'll always find what I am looking for and what I am working on. But I at the same time I do drive myself a little bit crazy when I'm busy working on something totally different from the last project, and I have to kind of make space for it. So yes, I should tidy up a little bit more. It would be a good thing for me. Anyway, so now I'm going to attach my pocket on this lining, and then before you know it, this bag is really just done. Cut your threads, always cut your threads. It's nice to have a tidy project, and as you go. Yeah? Now I'm going to sew the divider in the middle, so you can have one pocket for your handphone and one pocket for your keys or whatever. I think this lining is just so beautiful. I like the colors, and I think it works very well with the burgundy red, the velvet fabric that makes up this bag. I think it works. Excuse me. So now here we go. I have my pockets nicely sewn, so I'm going to now sew together the lining before I cut the corners on both of the bag itself and the lining, and then sew it all together. The noise that is happening out, as you can hear, it's outside. The sun is shining, and somebody has decided it's time to start mowing their lawn the first time after winter. Nobody is to say that it's not going to snow. We have had snow in April before, so. But I guess the person mowing their lawn probably has enough of winter. At some point we all do. I'm so happy when the first sunshine comes that we start doing crazy stuff sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to zigzag the lining because edge is not to fray. I think I am trying to catch a cold, I don't know. My voice is a little bit funny and I am quite a little bit tired myself, so anyway, there have been some calls going around and people coughing, and yeah, and my boy is a bit sick at the moment. Well, sick, he has a cold at the moment, so just zigzagged it. Now I'm going to just do the straight stitch. Always so bad. So done. Now I'm going to cut the corners. I'll show you how I do that. Like I said, I sew quite a lot of bags, and when I cut the corners, I don't throw them away, or not, at least not all of them. I still keep some of them to use as measurements for the next bag I am making. It just makes life so much easier. I don't have to start measuring and all that kind of stuff. So because this bag is not really a very big one, I'm going to use this small corner here. I'm going to lay it, draw, and then cut the corners and sew it. Done. Quick. Life is not so difficult sometimes as we make it out to be. But I use this pen that you can iron away, but because it's the lining, it's not going to show anyway. So draw your corner if the pen is working. So I only draw one corner and then I fold it. Excuse me, I cannot have a cold. And then I pin it together, and then I cut. Then I have two corners cut at the same time. I do have to say that one of the nice things of having this small space is that everything is within is rich. Makes me a bit lazy, that I'm not quite prepared half the time because I can just reach out for everything. On the other hand, yeah, it's nice. to be able to just reach out for what I need. So I cut my corner here. There, I will use this to cut the corner of the bag itself. Now, before I stitch everything together, there we go, done. We do the bag now. You just need to make sure that the stitches are aligned. There. Now this time round, because the leather is a little bit thicker, I am not going to fold it. I'm just going to cut it one at a time. A corner, I'll probably keep this one, you never know, be useful for something. Well, I will use the same one to go and draw the corner for the next side, and then you have exactly what you want. Good. Corners done. Pens away. Now there you go. You see, you have really exactly, you don't have to take anything away. Done. So now I'm going to just sew that, bring the machine back. Talking to myself a lot half the time when I am working, excuse me. Normally I also listen to, watch or listen to something on YouTube. Not saying anything. Anyway, I hope I'm not bothering anybody. If you need to, you can clip the corners so that you are more secure, but I am quite alright. This is something I have done often enough. I'm just going to sew this one a couple more times. I think I should do that on the other corner as well. Because ladies' bags tend to carry quite a lot in them. I know I do. So it's always nice not to have to worry. I know I made a bag once. Thankfully it was not for selling. I was giving it to an old lady friend of mine who lives not far away from here, and after a while she brought it back and asked me that the handle was needing to be fixed. It was not really, it was needing to be fixed, and I wasn't very happy with myself. Normally it's nice if your work is nice and tidy and you don't have to worry about it, and the person you were making it for also can enjoy it without worry. In any case, I fixed the handle nicely, and I haven't had any problems after that. She was a nice lady. She used to make jam for me and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to zigzag the corners too. Zigzag the corner. Oh, my voice is really very sore now. Anyway, excuse me. So there is my bag, my lining, all nice and cornered. So I will turn the bag itself now. This is one of my fun moments. It's always nice to see how what the bag looks like even before it's finished. And you turn it and you just, it's so nice. You know, until this day, I am so excited about every finished project. It's just so nice to be able to do this. I really, really enjoy what I do. Look at that. How nice is that? Beautiful. I think somebody's going to be really happy to own this bag. I know I am happy. I love it. I'm glad I have some more of this velvet fabric because I can make another bag with a different color bottom. Nice. Okay, I just found this gray handle, kind of a light gray. I wonder if that will fit. Could do. Yeah. Look at that. I have this brown one, but I don't think it's enough. I'll just have a look. Maybe just about. Oh yeah, should be. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use these brown handles. I normally use these bag straps. This one is a nylon one. Yeah, but it works really well. I buy them from a very small shop not far away from where I live. It's a haberdashery there, and yeah, it's nice to support the little shops that are close to you. So I go to this lady and I buy my stuff there. So I'm going to use this one here. I am going to use the other bag to measure how long my strap should be. So here I have my lighter and I am going to burn the edges so that it doesn't fray. This was the problem with the bag that I made for my old friend, that I didn't burn the edges enough. Actually, I didn't burn the edges at all, and after a while it started to fray from the inside. So I learned my lesson then. Always seal your edges if you're using one of these nylon ones. If you use a cotton one, it shouldn't matter very much. I am going to measure a line where I am going to take this bag folding to have a smaller strap here. Take my chalk. There we go. So I'm going to just fold this here and then I will sew until the other end to give me a nice handle. There you go. So that's one handle done. I'll do the other one now. And then I need to mark out exactly where they need to go on the bag. So what I normally do, I fold the bag in the middle. Okay. And then I fold it again and I pin. because this is where I want my handle to go. Hey. There we go. There. So there is my marking. I'm going to put my handle on the inside of that pin with the fold facing up so that it will go down this way. Okay. There we go. There's handle. Now we go and do the next one. And then now you're going to sew those handles into place before you put your lining in. That's what I do. I'm going to take my thing here away. You can just make big zigzags and just hold them in place. Go to the other side. Cut it off so we don't waste too much thread. There. Now we have our straps in place. Take your pins away. Trim all your bits. Always trim your thread. There. And then I will take the bag, put it into the lining, nice side to nice side. Eh? Put your straps also in. Take out all your pins, otherwise you will prick yourself very nicely as you go. Push your corners so that they are in nicely in their place there. There. Handles in the bag, in between the lining and the bag, because you are going to now sew your lining in and then turn your bag over. Nice side to nice side. Pin seam to seam here nicely. Other side, seam to seam. Seam to seam nicely. There. Now, when you do this, then you can see what you're working with. Now, my lining is a little bit higher than my bag. I can go ahead and just sew it and turn it, but I want to go and cut that off so that it's all really level together before I start. Good, so I have cut that. And now I'm just going to pin all around. You can use as many pins as you like. Now, next week I will make another bag like I promised, but I promise that I will make a bag and I will do it step by step. I will not have a pattern, but I will show you from the beginning to the end how to measure your fabric, how to just cut everything nicely before I sit at the sewing machine and start sewing. Just for those people who think this woman is crazy with her freestyling. And yeah, it's also nice for some people if they're a little bit more secure about what they're doing. So I will do that next week. And then you start sewing. You leave a little bit of an opening so that you can turn your bag around. Yeah? Otherwise, you have a funny bag. Take out your pins. So I left myself this much of an opening. Now this is not a thick bag, so it's okay. If it was a little bit thicker, I will leave a little bit more of an opening to maneuver, but I can deal with this. So you put your hand in there and you go look for your bag, because you have to take it out very gently, not that you rip your lining. There's a pin that I forgot. There. This is the exciting bit. It says your bag is finished. Here come your handles, and here come your lining. Hurrah! Now you take everything, you stuff it in there. Oh, this bag is actually quite nice. I love it. Very nice. Wow. Okay, I am going to go and iron the top nicely so that I can top stitch it beautifully. And then we have a bag. That is just really how easy it is. This bag took me about 2 hours maybe to make, getting up and coming and talking too much. But really, yeah, this is really what it is. Making a bag is not so difficult. And yeah, I am really pleased with how this bag turned out. I have ironed my bag nicely. I'm now going to pin it, and then I'm going to top stitch and try to make really nice tidy stitches on the top. I am so happy at how this bag is looking. You'd be surprised how fabric turns out sometimes when you use it for different things. I wasn't quite sure if this was the right fabric to use to make a bag of any kind at all. I think what I will do, I will make another one a little bit wider, bigger as well, from the rest of the fabric that I have. I think that should work really good. Yeah. And the lining works actually quite nice too. Look at that. That's the inside. Very nice. Alright, so now we're going to top stitch. I'm going to start on that seam there. I've taken out my base so that I have the hand of the machine here. It's easier to just put your bag here, and then it helps it to turn nicer. All right, let's go. I'm going to use nice big stitches because they seem to just work very nicely for top stitching bags. There we go. I think I will do 2 rows of top stitching. Gives it a really nice finish. There is the top stitching on the top all around. I just cut a little bit more of the bits. There's nothing to cut around actually. So that is our bag. Well, that is my bag. Look at that. Really, really nice. Finish. Done. Not difficult at all. Lined on the inside beautifully. Pockets for your hand phone, for your keys. That is how easy it is. Anyway, I promised you a story, but I think I have to stop now because this has taken quite a long time. But when I'm coming to do the next bag that we are going to do nicely and tidily and with, you know, start to finish, I will give you my nice little story. But if you like this bag and you want to try and make one, don't be afraid. Making a bag is not that difficult. At least making a tote bag like this is not that difficult. Of course, there are complicated bags and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to make yourself a really nice, easy bag that you can tell yourself and all your friends and anybody else who cares to listen, I made that, go ahead and just make one. And you'll be so happy. Like I said, I am always so pleased when I finish a project. Every single project, I am so pleased with myself that I can and I have done it. So enjoy the process. Really, that's what it is. Enjoy the process. If you have to undo stuff sometimes as you go, you have to do that, but it's not difficult. And yeah, just go out there, make your bag. Maybe there's a piece of fabric lying around in your collection that you didn't know what to do with. Might just work for a nice summer bag, especially now that the summer is coming. Tote bags are cool for summer. They're just really nice, and you know, they're roomy. You can stuff them really nicely for shopping, going to the beach, or whatever you want to do with them, you can do. So yeah, happy sewing, enjoy the process, and I'll see you here again next week. Bye bye.